Hare Krishna, Satyanarayana Prabhu, can you hear me?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna, Dandavat.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Anjan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Nice. Can you start? Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Udmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatadam Bande Sri Gurum Dintaranam Paramanand Madhum Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय श्यामल भक्तविंद की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य ही जवांगे साहब प्रभुपाद की जय गुरुगण गौरंगा की जय नित्य गौर नंदी हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा. So one of the very important thing that we are going to discuss today is what is the meaning of as it is. So Satya Prabhu definitely has gone through it. Bimala Mataji has gone through it. But this is going to be a concise version. And I'm going to make a little bit more interactive so that we can talk about it. So on Bhagavad Gita, you say Bhagavad Gita as it is. See here?
Yes.
And one time we were selling Bhagavad Gita in St. Louis downtown area. And then one person, he was American, he has been India multiple times. And he's part of some society there. So he was very familiar of Bhagavad Gita. From, Mataji's society, Anandamayi Mataji, I don't remember. They study Bhagavad Gita also. They follow the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, the verses that you have in the Bhagavad Gita. So he came and he asked, I go India 4 times a year. I know everything. What is this as it is? He said. It's like a new Bhagavad Gita. So he thought that Bhagavad Gita as it is a book, separate book, different than Bhagavad Gita. That's what he thought. He thought Bhagavad Gita as it is a separate book. I said, no, this is Bhagavad Gita, but it's as it is. I'm not going to tell why it's as it is, because it's as it is. I gave the understanding that I had, and that's what we are going to discuss today. That's what I'm not going to tell you. What is the meaning of as it is? But our society, Brahmada Gauriya Sampradaya, we have been taught, we take pride sharing with devotees, or if we are preaching outside, wherever we go, we like telling that we are as it is. So not only Bhagavad Gita, but entire teaching program that exists in our family of practices, we call it as it is. So it's very, very important that you understand what is the meaning of as it is. So what I would like to do is, before we get into the discussion of this whole thing, I would like to understand what is your meaning of as it is. What is as it is for you? What do you think so far? And you have to unmute yourself.
As Arjun understood from Krishna, as it is.
Okay, so as Arjuna
Arjuna.
understood from Krishna. Okay, right. That definitely is one definition. As Arjun heard
Yeah,
from Krishna.
without any
Without
without any speculations.
without okay. Okay. No, that's correct. What else?
Krishna teachings as is without any speculations.
Krishna's
Instructions as it is.
okay.
Instructions are teachings.
Yeah, so Krishna's teachings as it is. Okay. Okay. What else? Everybody has to say something, please.
Actual message which has been delivered by Krishna
Okay,
without
actual
or instruction
messages which have been delivered by Krishna. Okay.
without any deviation.
Without any deviation. Okay.
Yeah, it may be little out of context, Prabhuji, but instructions that are suitable for all the three worlds and all living beings.
Instructions. I will write everything, Prabhuji.
That are suitable
That are
for
suitable to all living beings. Okay. Okay. What else?
So it should have source, and it has to, like a Lord Krishna is the source. It was a sound form. I mean, I'm just because I have gone through those. So, and there is a Veda. From Veda, it's referred to somewhere source, and eventual source is ultimate source is the Krishna.
So what? So please tell me what is you're saying
As
here?
spoken by this Krishna.
Just
Yes. So it's actual source coming from the actual source, and is
okay.
as it is covers everything. Is given by the Krishna.
Coming from source without change.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's what you were saying, Prabhuji, right?
Yes.
Okay.
it is
Okay.
essence of all the Vedas.
Essence of all the Veda. So you are giving the definition of as it is, essence of all the. That's what we are doing with our input here. We are trying to give the definition of as it is.
And there should be some kind of proof. And so, so if I refer the Bhagavad Gita, so it talks somewhere. It is connected to some kind of proof. So as it is means someone has told, and it has been described, and it is matching to the source. So kind of some proof is given.
Okay. So teaching is matching with the original source.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Who is original source? We'll talk about that. Let me first write down, then we'll discuss about. So teachings are matching. Okay. 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 What else? Is there anything else?
And
Anjan Prabhuji, anything that you'd like to add?
I think information to describe the Lord's potency.
information to describe loss potency. Okay.
And Krishna said that to Arjuna that I'm giving this information to you because you're my friend and a devotee. Means I don't know how to put it here in
Yeah.
the as it is form, but instructions that are useful for all friends and devotees. I don't know how to say it.
So what did you say? Instructions?
So Krishna said to Arjuna, saying that I'm giving this Bhagavad Gita to you because you are my friend and devotee. So
So instruction
information,
given in confidence then?
probably, yes. Mhm. Or the other way is instructions that are applicable. Of course, we already said that suitable to all living beings. Okay.
So say right confidence here.
Sure, please. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So teaching, I would say, even teachings too.
Yeah.
So teachings
और क्या टिप्पणी
that are given in confidence. Okay. Okay. Anything else anybody would like to add? more?
That just text send it, into the chat. She said, as it is the most confidential knowledge spoken by Krishna himself to his dear devotee Arjuna. That's what she mentioned.
So Krishna spoke as it is because Arjuna is very close to him.
Dear devotee, that's she used the word.
Oh. So message told to the dear devotees
Yes.
is as it is, right? Is that right?
That's what looks like most confidential knowledge spoken by Krishna himself to his dear devotees, Arjuna.
Okay.
You want to say something?
Message told
Okay.
by Krishna to his dear devotee. Okay. Okay.
Bhagavad Gita that was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna, and it was not touched by material speculation.
Okay. So message or messages spoken by Krishna was not contaminated. Is that right, Mataji? That you meant or something else?
Sure, I just said that was not touched by material speculation, but contaminated is also good.
I think the way you say that's how I should put.
Maybe one more Prabhuji. So without any addition or kind of subtraction.
Yes. Without addition and subtraction. Yes.
Percy Prabhupada describe as it is.
Okay. So we have 12 points now. Good. No, please keep on adding. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that we wanna add here? We're still missing. Go ahead, devotees. Think.
Instructions which have been approved by Narada and
Oh my gosh.
other Mahajans.
Yeah. Teachings that are approved by Mahajana.
Arjuna.
Or you mean disciple succession, right?
Disciplic succession, yes.
Okay. Oh, I really like that. Okay. Disciplic is never a word that dictionary find it, I see always. Okay. Anything else?
As it is.
So see how many definition you gave. Definition of as it is. This is given by all the devotees. Okay. So we have 12 points here. It says, as Arjuna understood. And then Krishna's teaching as it is. For sure, Krishna is teaching as it is. That's definitely there. Actual message which Krishna has delivered without any deviation. That's also there. This too for sure is there. Instructions that are suitable to all living beings. Does it make this as it is or not? The questions. Coming from source without change. Yeah. Essence of all Veda, yes, Veda Upanishad. Teachings are matching the source. Who is source? What is the source? Who said this?
I think I said Prabhuji Krishna.
Okay, what is the source?
Source is Lord Krishna. Veda,
Lord himself, right?
Lord, yep.
So when he said that teaching that are matching with the source, what do you mean? If
The,
Lord is a source himself, so how you explain that?
the teaching, like Lord spoke to Arjuna, Krishna spoke to Arjuna, and then it's a Veda. It came into the form of Veda, and from the Veda, it comes to us through Srila Prabhupada, who described following the disciplic succession is in the same parampara, and it is nothing added and subtracted. That's what I was trying to explain, Prabhuji.
Okay. Information to describe Lord's potency. Who said that's what exactly? Can you please explain this one? What exactly you mean by this? Never. Yeah.
Yeah, Hare
please.
Krishna Puja. I did say that.
Yeah.
I think there are some slokas or
Oh,
information
yeah, I see
where
what you're
you,
saying. Yeah.
yeah,
Who is the Lord is, right?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Teachings that are given in confidence. That's also I would put it. Okay. That's also same thing. 9 and 10 is almost same thing. Messages spoken by Krishna was not materially contaminated. Yes. So how it can get contaminated? Can Mataji little bit this is very good statement. But how you can get contaminated, Mataji?
So like the reason I said that, I thought of when Prabhupada was teaching when
Yes.
milk
So
is touched by a snake.
okay.
along
No,
with-
that's good. I'll just add the point. So teaching given by your devotee. Okay. Okay, Mataji. What
Yeah,
else?
so like so if it's contaminated a little bit, like somebody adds something, their own speculation, the whole thing is ruined. So it's pure message as Krishna spoke to Arjuna without any contaminations. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need it. Okay. Anything else you want to add there?
No.
Okay. So one thing is that Krishna spoke the pure message. Krishna will always, talk about the pure message. But what is the contribution of the person who is hearing? That person has to be pure or not? Can pure message be understood by purely with everybody? Or is there some hearing qualification also? What do you all think?
There is a qualification. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
like Arjuna has that qualification.
yes.
Actually, in the Bhagavad Gita introduction, there were a lot of points that were mentioned about that quality of Arjun.
Right. So even the Bhagavatam talks a lot about it.
Yeah, it's it's the mood of surrendering, that the
Yes,
quality to surrender.
exactly, Prabhuji, exactly. So it's not only the intent of the person who is giving the message, but also the purity of the hearer is important.
Because of the conditions.
Huh?
Because of conditions. So
Yeah. And this takes years and years of sadhana to understand. So when I was coming to Krishna consciousness, devotee who was helping me, he's very advanced. So from the very beginning, he started asking me, "What is your realization?" So whenever I go and meet him, he would ask Ramacharya. My name was differently at that time. What is your realization? I don't. What is this realization? I don't have any realization. But if I ask you, devotees here on the call, do you have some realization day to day as you are chanting, as you are engaging in devotional service? Do you get some realization or not? Can you please tell me?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
I would like to hear. Do you get the realization or no in the
yes,
process of devotional service?
yes, Prabhu.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah.
When you are in front of deity with devotees, doing kirtans, cooking, something will come in your mind. And that only you know. Okay. And as you get pure in your consciousness, that thing will, the thing that will come in your mind will be also very pure. So not to really test you or anything like that, but can you please share some of the realization that you have? This is on the, I'm trying to understand the quality of the hearer. Like for example, you know, Uday Prabhu just shared about one of the devotees. His health is not good. All the devotees who are serving, they all are right now realizing, what they realize? This is the truth. We all have to get through this thing one day. Maybe somebody is today. At some point, our turn will come. So don't waste time. Right? This is another realization. I should not waste my time. I should focus on devotional service, do the bhakti. Many realization comes, life is very miserable, very painful. Everybody has to suffer, From last few days, I have been realizing that I should just try to focus on my devotional service. Although I have tons of services to do, tons of responsibility. But most important thing is that I should try to be very dedicated and don't get distracted or confused. So many distractions and confusions are there. But if I waste my time, then I'm not going to get this time back. So why to waste time? Right? Tons of realization comes. And as you advance in your Krishna consciousness, that's how Krishna will give you the realization. Je jathamam prapadyante tham sathamya bhajamya. Krishna says, whatever degree you have surrendered, that degree, I award you. So when person who is not Krishna conscious, when they got up, their mind is filled up with a lot of material activity. What I have to do this, I have to do that. This person is telling like that, I have to tell like that. This email I have to reply like that. When I see this person, I'll tell like that. When devotee is getting up, devotee is thinking, I have to do this service, I have to do that service. I know I have to make sure that temple looks nice. The temple door is not working as it's supposed to work. So I have to call, make sure that. So you see, the way you think, the way you are realizing and giving importance of the material world is changing. So message can be as pure as it is. It can be very pure message, but how purely you receive depends on your purity. The more you advance in Krishna consciousness, the more you would understand the things in a very defined way. This understanding comes from Krishna himself. So without addition and subtraction, Prabhu said, that's also green. Yes, as it is, Prabhupada said, very clear definition of as it is, without addition and subtraction. Teaching that are approved by disciplic association. So most of the stuff here I see is acceptable. So what is the meaning of without addition and subtraction? Who said this?
I said, Prabhuji.
What is the meaning of without addition and subtraction? What exactly it mean? Can you little bit go to the intent of that statement?
Yeah, so
Anybody else can talk about that. What is the meaning of without addition and subtraction?
it's not my own interpretation. So I just said, Prabhuji, it depends on the hearer, how hearer is. And like one, I think, I'm not sure if, I think many of us know about one chain of people and one message communicated to first person and there are last person, and if you ask, what was told, and same message goes person to person, and person asks the last person what the message was communicated, it will be kind of almost gone. I mean, so that is what it means. It is
Yeah,
as spoken
I
by.
got it.
Yes.
Chinese whispers. That-
Chinese whispers.
that-
So one person was giving Bhagavatam class, and he took the context and then started talking about personal life, personal problem. People doing this, people doing that, people doing that, people doing that. And then he wanted to communicate some of his personal thing that he wanted to communicate to the people. Right. That's called addition, or that may be subtraction. Okay. Not understanding the intent of the discussion. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has very nicely mentioned in one of his commentary that teaching of Veda or Vedic teaching cannot be or should not be used for lower benefits. Okay, you never use the teaching of Veda for lower benefits, always higher benefits. Always you stay with the intent, or why this message is delivered, what's the context of the message, right? So no addition, no subtraction is very, very important. And a pure devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead, such as Arjun, can understand what is the intent of Krishna, and he can act under that message. So in one of the words, Krishna says, Nahi jnana sadrisam pavitram idam uttamam. So the same statement Nahi Gyanena Sadrisam. If you talk to Gyani, you know what they say? They will say that they will have that statement on their DP, on their digital profile, saying that Krishna is saying that Nahi Gyanena Sadrisam. There is nothing higher than Gyan. So, not 100% sure if Krishna is using that verse to justify supremacy of Gyan, or he is using that verse to use the supremacy of Bhakti. Devotee will say, Krishna is saying that that knowledge which is about his pure devotion, there is nothing higher than that. Devotee will say, that knowledge that is presented in Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, that teaches us how to become advanced devotee. That knowledge, there is nothing equal to that. That knowledge is superior. Okay, got it. But same message, if somebody who is on the Gyani platform, they'll say, see, Krishna is saying here, Nahi Gyanena Sadrisam. If you know a little bit Sanskrit, there is nothing equal to even Gyan. Gyan is on the top, right? But then we have to understand the context and we have to understand the intent of the message. Okay, so thank you so much for your input. So I'll get into this verse and I'll give you some understanding. And then at the end, we'll also summarize how much did you understand. This is very important to understand this concept of as it is, because we all should know what is as it is. So this verse is coming from Madhya Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita. It says, Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Sarva Asraya Prati Shloke Prati Akshare Nana Artha Kaya. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata. Srimad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna. That's why this line says. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata. Tulya means
Great.
something that is equal to. So Srimad Bhagavatam is as pure,
Yeah.
as great as Krishna. Vibhu Sarva Asraya. Sarva Asraya means shelter. Vibhu, the Supreme Lord. Person who has all the power. So Srimad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna, and the Supreme Lord is shelter of everything. So Srimad Bhagavatam is basically talking about Supreme Personality of Godhead and how to take his shelter through the process of devotional service. Prati sloke, prati akshare, nana arthakaya. But each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam can be translated and can be understood differently. So our acharyas are saying that there could be multiple meaning. So if you take one word Atma, Atma, soul is Atma. But Atma sometimes is also referred as body. Sometimes is referred as senses, sense that we have. So which meaning is being used? Who can understand? The one who is in relationship with Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why I emphasize that term, a realization. You have a particular realization about something, and that is outcome of your understanding your relationship with Supreme Personality of God. Now, if somebody else, if you tell for you, your realization might be eye opener, something that changed your life. But if you tell that thing to somebody else, for that person, it might not be very impactful. Have you come across anything like that? That you think that you are saying something very meaningful, very powerful, very useful, but the person who is listening has really not seeing much value of it? Have you come across anything like that? Can you please tell yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah, we usually see that in our jobs, work life.
Yeah. Or sometimes we see that in Bhagavatam class, like the person who is giving the class or the certain point that person is trying to make, he is so happy. Oh, and he is so much emphasizing. And others who are there, they say, what is in this point? Why is trying to say this thing again and again? What is there? I mean, sounds like very common thing. I've seen that, you'd come across a lot. Or even at the workplace, oh, it was very hard. You would say that I did this, I did that, I did that. That how I found out the answer for this. And then somebody else says, oh yeah, okay, move on. But you are so proud that you got it. So realization is outcome of your relationships with personality. I've got it. Things have multiple meaning. Okay. So our scripture doesn't say that it has only one meaning. That's another point I wanted to. We'll come to the conclusion of it. We'll summarize it. But if there are other meaning of a particular statement, I mean, you have to accept it, or you have to say that yes, this is also one of the meaning, but not necessarily Krishna is saying this. Yeah, this is a meaning, but not necessarily Krishna is saying this. Krishna is not talking about senses here when we see the word Atma. Krishna is talking about soul. So, but Atma is the meaning. Atma has the meaning of being a body or being the senses. Yes. So that's also is very important to understand. Is making sense what I'm saying?
Yes, Prabhu.
So we should never think that things have only one meaning. And here is a verse that I want to go through to help you understand.
Prabhuji, if it's
That,
okay, if I can ask
yeah,
a
anytime you can inject, yes.
quick question, sorry. So I think you're bringing up a really good perspective because I never thought that having different meaning is okay, but looks like as per these kind of Chaitanya Charitamrita, this verse, looks like it's okay to have different meanings, but may not be what Krishna intended to say. And now
Yeah.
similarly, we have different flavors or commentaries of Bhagavad Gita from the Vaishnava Sampradaya and from the non-Vaishnava Sampradayas. So that we say different meanings for the same Bhagavad Gita sloka. So,
Yes.
but the intent of Krishna is not what has been described.
Yes.
So, is that the
Yes.
right way of understanding the statement?
That is a very right way of understanding Prabhuji. And that creating a lot of confusion right now in the society. A lot of confusion. Okay. It's very difficult. It's very difficult for people who are preaching to convince somebody because they think, oh, you are saying like that, somebody else is saying like that, which one is true? And the purpose of this discussion is that to give you that broader perspective so that you understand that this is also true. This is also one meaning. That's also another meaning. Which meaning you should adopt in your life? Tad vidi panipatena 20% sunya. Updesanti te jnanam, jnanistatvadarshina. Go to that person, Krishna says, who has seen the truth. Since he has seen the truth, he will tell you truth. Okay, so it's very, very important that we follow bona fide acharya. That's the bona fide teaching, because you yourself cannot conclude. You have to give yourself to somebody who can nurture your faith, who can nurture your value system, who can give you the right guidance. Unless and until you do that, you would not really get to the right. But who to give to? Who to surrender to? If you surrender to bogus person, they'll give you bogus teaching. And we'll talk. Now this course will have multiple elements. We'll talk different sampradaya, what is Karma Mimamsa philosophy is teaching. All of that we'll talk about. So the thing is that it's very, very important. First, that's why Krishna says that Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gyanwan Mam Prapadyante Vasudhyam Sarvamiti Samahatmana Sadurlabha. They are wondering, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, going from birth to birth, life to life, where to go, who to trust. Very important. That's why Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastra ka hai. Lay Mata Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi hoy. There is tons of hidden meaning with this statement. Why, Sadhu Sangha is so important? Why Sadhu Sangha is so important? So, yes, our scripture does say, and that's what this verse is saying, coming from Madhya Lila, that there are different meaning. And Bhagavatam is literally talking about Supreme Personality of Godhead and His supremacy. But the verses that's describing this has multiple meaning. Okay. Om Purnam Adah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamujatyate Udasyate Purnasya Purnadaya Purnamivashishate. Om Purnam Adah Purnamadaya, very famous verse. Purnat Purnamudasyate Purnasya Purnadaya Purnamivashishate. Srila Prabhupada and Baldev Vidyabhushan, they have given commentary. And you can see, if you really, somebody read this purport or the
Srila
translation,
Sorry.
and see,
Translation by
just
Srila.
on the top level, you will see that they are very different. And this is coming from one, our prominent acharya, one of our acharya, Srila Prabhupada. Let's see what he's saying.
The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. And because He is completely perfect, all emanations from Him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself, because He is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from Him, He remains the complete balance.
Yeah. So Prabhupada said the Supreme Personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. So He is the word Supreme Personality of Godhead, very much referring to a person. So that person is complete. Since He is complete, everything coming out of Him is complete, and He stays complete. He remains complete. It's not like that when something is depleted out of Him, He is now deficient. He has lost that. His completeness is still retained. See the second translation. Can somebody else read that one?
Yeah, the unmanifested Brahman is perfect. The manifested Brahman is perfect. From the unmanifested Brahman appears the manifested Brahman as various avatars. When the manifested forms emerge from the unmanifested Brahman, the unmanifested Brahman remains.
You understand? It's completely two different, at least, right? Sounds like two different things,
Yeah. Mm.
right? So acharyas sometimes, based upon time, place, and circumstances, they provide the teaching, they give the teaching. And it might appear that he or she is saying something completely different. But then there should be guideline, some standard to understand, okay, what he's talking about. You can see very closely, word by word, or you can go thousands feet up and then have the bird eye view, right? How you see that teaching. Okay, so just little bit detour here. Who was Gautam Buddha?
One of
Buddha.
Avatar of the
the, one
Lord.
of the avatar of
He's
Lord.
he's one of the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, right?
Yeah.
So the teaching that Lord Buddha gave and teaching that Krishna or Lord Ramchandra gave, are they similar or different?
Different.
But why Acharya is still saying that Gautam Buddha is Lord Vishnu? Context is there. I'm sure you know the context, right?
Yeah.
Context is there for sure.
See,
And you know the answer. But
Yeah.
both of them, Acharya never said that Buddha is not Vishnu.
Mm.
Right? Hope I'm not taking it too high. Hope you are staying with me. We'll get into that. So thing is that these differences that you see are difference on a very on a very superficial level. If you look at it, these are the differences. But why these differences exist? Right? What's the purpose behind? And once you know the purpose, once you know why these differences are, then you would be more clear in understanding that there is purpose. Here is another.
Hare Krishna,
Wow.
Prabhuji, sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
please.
Prabhuji, can you explain little bit manifest Brahman and unmanifest Brahman?
Yeah, so here says the unmanifest Brahman is perfect. So the unmanifest Brahman here and manifested Brahman is also perfect. So here basically the way this whole thing appears or sounds, when you look at it, he says that Brahman is absolute truth and that Brahman sometimes manifests, sometimes he is unmanifested. So Krishna, when he is in Golok Brindavan, right, he is the source. He is the supreme source. Swam Rupa. Swam Rupa Sri Krishna. Okay. So from Swam Rupa, there is Vaibhav Prakash, which is Lord Balram. And then there is his Lila Prakash, which is Srimati Radharani. And then from Lord Balram, there is Tadekatma Rupa, Amsa, Swamsa, then Chaturbhyuha, the Pratham Chaturbhyuha, Dvitiya Chaturbhyuha, Sankarsana, and from Sankarsana, Karnodakshai Vishnu, from Karnodakshai, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and from Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Chiyodakshai Vishnu. So you can see all of these manifestations happening. Okay, but all of these manifestations are there. All of these manifestations are there, but still, actual Krishna is in his abode. Swamrup Bhagwan Sri Krishna is in his abode. So one should not think that when that Krishna has manifested in his different form, then that Krishna has lost. And this is one of the very, very strong understanding that Brahmanwadi has. The people who are thinking that absolute truth is Brahman, they think that there is no Brahman there. There is no God. Now that God has disintegrated into so many living entity. And you and I are God. Have you heard about that? Brahma Asmi, Narayana Asmi,
Yep.
like that type of thing. People say that, you are the Lord, I am the Lord, but we have just
Yeah.
lost our identity.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
bhakti process that we are doing will help us regain our identity. Have you heard about that? Have you heard
Yes,
about that,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji? So that's
Yes.
what being said there. That if the Bhagwan, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is in his abode, Golok Vrindavan, he has power that he can expand and manifest. And with all of his manifestation, with all of his expansion, he can do all the miracles. It's not like that once Krishna has expanded, then this expansion has a limited feature, right?
Mhm.
And that's what Prabhupada says, his class, that these all avatars, all the incarnations, Supreme Personality of Godhead, they have equal potency. Now you and I'm here right now in this room. So all of my strength, intelligence, capabilities, everything are very much restrained in that room. I'm not outside of this room, right? If I'm here, I'm not somewhere else. But it's not true with Krishna. So if Krishna is manifested here, that doesn't mean that there is no Krishna somewhere else. Okay, are you following me, Prabhu? So,
Yes, Prabhuji.
that complete Krishna has no limitations like you and I have. Okay, so although Prabhupada uses the word the Supreme Personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, the statement that is being made in the second purport or translation is exactly the same. But maybe the way it's been said is different. Prabhupada has multiple times, written in his commentary that this Mayavadi thing, that since Krishna has descended, since he has taken the incarnations, avatars of different forms and feature, the original Krishna is not existing. He has come down. That means that's all. He has come down means come down. Like you come on the elevator, you are on the third floor, you're on the third floor, you're not on the 10th floor. All right. But this translation is saying that the Supreme Lord is truth. He's complete truth. And things comes from him or things gets inside him. Whichever form, whichever way it exists, it's complete truth. Okay, it's in the manifested state or in unmanifested state, it's truth. And for example, if your eyes are open, then you are seeing everything around you, right? But when you close your eyes, are you seeing everything?
No.
Answer is yes or no.
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 So yes, you cannot see when your eyes are closed. Does closing and opening of your eyes make things disappear, or is just your perception?
Perception.
It's your perception, right? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it's your perception. So devotional service, when we are engaged in the devotional service, that's what is happening. And our perception is changing. Now you are hearing this. Before maybe we did not know that. But now we are hearing that no. When Krishna comes, he does his pastime. But still he is Krishna. He is still complete person. And you and I cannot become Krishna. Mayavadi think that, we all are Lord. We all have come from Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are the God, but we have forgotten our original identity. An example that they give, you know what the example they give? Anybody knows what the example they give? They tell, this is one of the profound statement that Mayavadi make. They say that, there is no difference between snake and rope. The difference is only that if there is no light, rope will appear as snake. So why is the rope appears as snake? Because there is no light. So you and I appears prithak prithak. Krishna will talk about that later. Different form, different body, different features, different degree of intelligence. This is all some degree of illusion. In fact, you and I are Narayan, Brahman. You are the ultimate truth, I am the ultimate truth, but you are acting because you don't have knowledge of yourself. I don't have knowledge of myself. But this verse is saying, no, no, no. It has nothing to do with your knowledge. The complete truth is complete truth. In any condition, Punnat Punnamudachyate. If something is coming from complete, it's still complete. Punnasya Punnam Adaya Punnameva Sisate. Or even if something has merged or chopped out, it is still says the complete. So this is a very broad, this is a very deep concept. This verse sounds very easy, Punnam, 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 Punnam. But this is a very profound statement, beautiful verse that gives the deeper meaning of our teaching. So I'll just wrap up with this slide. So then we saw there are multiple examples, normally I give, but I just wanted to, I think the point is clear that what makes it as it is. For sure, it's not word for word meaning that we see, or it's not certainly the way a particular verse is translated, or not the way a particular purport is written. So then question still stays, what is that makes a statement as it is? And this definition of as it is almost given by all Sampradaya Acharya. If you go to Madhvacharya Sampradaya, the 9 truths of Madhvacharya. Have you heard about it? I said that 9 truths that Madhvacharya spoke. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he gave 10 truths. So that as long as we're talking about these 10 truths, the teaching is as it is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the 5 truths. He said, as long as you talk about this truth, as long as you have the belief about these 5 truths, you are talking as it is. So what I would like to tell here, for sure, that the word by word understanding, or if something is appearing substantially different in a particular context, that difference is not the difference. As long as it's talking about these truths. What are those truths? We'll see in the next class. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in his compilation, has given what are those truths. As long as you talk about those truths, you are talking as it is. And that's what we have to know. Okay, Mahaprabhu also, in his teaching has given these 5 truths. So what are those truths that we have to know that makes a statement as it is? What is that fact? It might appear slightly different, but we have to go beyond those differences that is appearing. And that's what we'll understand. But I wanted to give you this strong background. And then what we'll do is that once we go through what we have to go through, then I'll come back to this slide and then I'll ask you that, okay, now since you have seen the definition of what is as it is, can you please tell me here what are the things that you have said appears to you as it is? So you will still use this slide. It's not going to go away. It will come back again once we get to that stage. But I would like to keep a pause here and see if you have anything that you'd like to ask. Any questions, any doubt, any concern, any realizations, any sharing, anything that was not clear.
So in the Baladev Vidya Bhushan purport, Prabhu, which you mentioned in the slide, the unmanifested Brahman, as you are explaining that, is this the form of Lord Balram?
No, I did not mention any format. I just gave the example.
But
I just gave the example that when we discuss about creation, okay, then there is a series of expansion that Krishna has taken.
Right.
And those expansions, Prabhupada said that you have 10 lamps or 10 candles, but one candle is lighting, and you can use that lighting candle to light up other candles. And once they're lighting up, all of them look similar, but you have to remember there is one that is source. So Swayambhu Bhagavan Sri Krishna is the source. Now he has expanded, and all of his expansions has or have similar potency. You know, depending on how much potency Krishna wants to exhibit in a particular avatar, he does that. He does that. And he shows that. He shows that. But that doesn't mean that original person has depleted. It's not like that, you know, if this potency is shown by one form of Krishna, then original Krishna has not this potency. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not like additive or subtractive. That okay, it's being shown here, then it has depleted from here.
Correct. I understood that part.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
So, but still, I have this question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Prabhu, how do we understand unmanifested Brahman in relevance to Vaishnavism?
So unmanifested Brahman here is that which is not appearing to us, that which is not manifesting to us. So you know that Lord Brahma has a day?
Correct.
Okay, so this will be a little technical, but please let me try to explain it. So Lord Brahma has a day, and one day has 14 Manus.
Correct.
And each Manu has 73 Divya Yuga. Okay.
Correct.
And in the 73, during the duration of 73 Divya Yuga, there are particular incarnation of Supreme Lord that comes. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is that Lord Ramchandra does not come in every yuga. Right now, Lord Ramchandra is not here, right?
Correct.
But does he exist or not?
Existed.
Exactly. So unmanifested means he has not manifested in front of you and I. But he's existing, right? That's you know, in Dwapar, Lord Krishna came. So right now, in front of us, he's not manifested. He's unmanifested. But really, he is not existing, or he's existing, and so he exists, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how it is. Lord Braha is not in front of us. Lord Narasimha is not in front of us. But that doesn't mean that Lord Narasimha and Lord Braha is not there. And we'll talk about this concept.
Sure.
We'll talk about this concept. So all of these forms of Supreme Personality of Godhead, maybe they are not manifested right now in front of you and me, but they are still existing.
Hmm.
Is that enough, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's not like that, something is not manifesting. That means that thing doesn't exist. So for example, right now in your room, if I ask you, is there any car? What you will say? No car, right? Because there's no car in your room, right? But does car exist or not? That's the question. Maybe it's not in your room, but as soon as you go somewhere, the car is there, right?
Hmm.
So the point that is being made here is that it appears or doesn't appear. Okay. If it has not appeared, that doesn't mean that it's not complete. It is still complete, but the only thing is that it is not here. That's all.
So it is just used in the pretext of present situation.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. So all the teachings are, yes, exactly. On the basis of present context, if something is not existing, and very simple example, do you, as a person, do you think that you are going to cease to exist? What will happen, Prabhu? Maybe, do you know what is teaching of Bhagavad Gita? Who can answer this question? So all of us are going to cease to exist, or will continuously exist, or we have been existing in the past also.
Cease to exist the material form.
Yeah, some form that so we are not going to cease to exist, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right now, you are manifested in a particular form, the form that I'm seeing you, Prabhuji. But you had some other form that you existed. So your existence was there too. So one should not think the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that's very important concept, Prabhu, because many, some of the people who are atheist, what they say? If there is Krishna, why this is happening? Have you heard that?
Yeah.
If there is God, why people are poor? They say. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Or if there is God, why there is tsunami coming?
Yeah.
So what they are doing, Prabhuji, they are very much challenging the God. They are challenging the existence of the God. They're saying you don't exist. If you exist, why this is happening? Why I'm poor? Why my son died in front of me? Right? Why this person got this type of disease in front of everybody? So have you heard that type of a statement?
Oh, yes.
Exactly. Hope it helps you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So a certain thing is, happening, or certain thing is manifested in front of you. That doesn't really tells that, this is what you have. There is nothing beyond this. That's the better way I can put it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the people who do not believe in God, they give all of these reference. In Kali Yuga, there is no Bhagwan, they will say. Right?
correct.
Yeah. Krishna came and left. They say that, one of the very, very humorous and very cheap statement people make is that Krishna was shot by the arrow of a, fisherman boy. Oh, come on. Grow up. So these are some of the things, very limited, view and opinions people have, and they made statements like that. So next slide, it will say that Acharya's teachings are based on time, place, and circumstances. Krishna appears, yada yada dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhidanam dharmasya. I come, but whenever this thing happens. So that's how it is. You cannot say that Krishna is not existing. There is no God. Now it has become Shunya, Nirvishesha, Shunyavadi. It's all vacuum. There is no do, whatever you want to do. There is nobody to look after you. There is nobody to punish you. There is no karma. There is nothing like that. Why? Because those things are not manifesting in front of me. Come on. Our Shastric teaching is taking us beyond what you can see, what you can see in that room. The whole world does not exist in that room where you are. There is a lot out there. Okay, so something is manifested or something is not manifested. You have to understand the eternity of that element. Existence, manifestation, and unmanifestation happens by Krishna's will, but existence is there. Thank you for asking. I hope it helped you understand. Did it help or not, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes, yes.
Anything anybody has? Anything that you like to add? What I said? Uday Prabhu, you want to add something?
No, Prabhu, I think it was really clear. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, so thank you so much. I'll see you next class on Saturday at 10 o'clock.
Sure.
Thank you. Please keep on coming. I think it's very important that we come together and hear Bhagavatam. Vanchkalpatarubhyasya kripasindhubhyayavasya patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo namo namo Anantakoti
Sambal Bhaktivinoda ki jai,
Vaishnava.
Anand Koti Vaishnavin ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Divine Goswami Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Mataji, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Nice seeing you.
Krishna.
on
Hare
the
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Dandavad, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, devotees.